Let's just go ahead and choose the 3-pay bank draft. And at this point, it takes a little bit just because it's pulling in all the necessary paperwork, and everything is handled via DocuSign, and it's the HIPAA compliant platform of DocuSign. Not all DocuSigns are HIPAA compliant. This one is. So if your families are concerned about that, then be sure and share that information with them. I'm going to blow this up a little bit to try to make it a little bit easier to see. So if you choose to fill out the goods and services, you can definitely do it here, but we already filled in the face amount of 5,000, so you don't have to do it on here, but I always do recommend putting that information on here if you didn't already handle the goods and services manually. Because I know I need to get to $5,000, I'm just going to add a casket for 5,000 just to make those numbers match. And you'll see that it calculated it here. And then I'm going to walk you through all of the pages before we really start filling anything in. You can see that it filled in the consumer's name, test case here, and it has the funeral home name, and then it has the funeral home address. You'll definitely need to fill in funeral home, city, state, and zip here. I'm not sure if that's right. And I'm just going to make up a phone number because I don't have it memorized. And then we'll go on to the next page. Sorry, my mouse is MIA. This is the back of the agreement, and now we're in the application. So the social is required on Forethought, and then the age, and then the gender. Here is that person's mailing address, and it pulled in all the information. If there's a separate owner, you can definitely add it there. One thing I do want to mention to you is you can very easily switch this to a perfectly healthy person on this application by switching that health question right there, but you will want to address changing the premium rate. So if you do that, be sure and address your premium rate and update it manually. We're going to keep on moving through the application as though we're not changing anything. So you can see that it filled in the $5,000 face amount. Here's the monthly premium. This is the amount of premium that you're going to collect today, and it's actually going to be paid via bank draft. You can see that they chose a 3-pay bank draft, and then it's monthly. I know all these little yellow tabs keep jumping up, but these are all little indicators and tools to identify what goes in that blank. Okay. And then here are the replacement questions. We're going to go ahead and hit no on both of those. City and state. Actually, this is city. And then here are the replacement questions there. And again, making up a phone number. And we're going to continue scrolling through the paperwork to see, make sure everything is in there and everything looks good. And you'll notice at this point, we have not filled in the banking information. That is something that the consumer can do, or if they give it to you, you can actually type it in for them. Maybe they've given you a blank check or something, or a voided check. You can type that in there for them. But if you don't do it, then it will request it from them whenever they do their signature process. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll all the way back up and hit the next button, and it will take us to each field that needs to be signed. It's jumping all over the place. And once you get to the finish button, click on that and then turn your laptop or your device around to the consumer, and they will do their part on signing everything. Blow this up again, and we're going to hit start on that one. And this is where they have to initial, sign. And you'll notice that it has this in red so that they can verify that that information is correct. We'll go ahead and sign here, initial and sign.